Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. This is Jerry, the host, or actually the star of the show.
I'm Gaby, the host.
And with us is our compatriot,
Sade.
Of mini pod sesh fame.
Yes.
Yes,
which we haven't done one of those in a long time.
And we played Backyard Chickens.
Yeah, we played the chicken game.
We can discuss Backyard Chickens now that Sade's here.
Yes, I want to discuss this game.
What's your favorite type of
Just
chicken?
remember, Don Gilstrap is a dear listener.
I'm not going to trash it.
But you were just saying earlier how much you...
Shut up. Hey, I liked it.
You like chicken?
right.
I thought it was, I mean...
That's not what you said. Jerry,
No.
glad to have you here for 2 episodes in a row. Hope you can stick around for at least one more.
Well, you yelled at me at the last one.
Well, much like Mel Gibson in Signs, you made me insane with anger.
Speaking of, Signs is 20 years old.
Oh my
Marked
Am I Joaquin?
2 days ago, marked 20 years.
Swing away, Meryl.
Swing away.
Am I Merle Haggard? Am I Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
Well, that would make you would be Joe. What's the boy? Bo.
Bo's the little girl.
Bo's the little girl. I don't want to be racist Mel Gibson, so
Gaby, just think of his character.
Meryl, that's true. Father Dan.
You know what?
What's his name?
Remember when he started making those movies that were like about the army? Oh, they were all like military.
Patriot.
Like the Patriot.
I've seen Patriot.
And
the one in Vietnam. What was it called?
Yeah, We
I
Were
don't know.
Soldiers.
We
They
Were
all
Soldiers.
come on FX. It's like they just had these for years. They just showed Mel Gibson shows, and they were all the same. They're super cheesy, ultra violent. What happened with
Braveheart.
Mel? Like he just went.
After
There's a
Braveheart was
bunch.
kind of like a nosedive, but then he kind of went insane and like just calling people terrible.
R.I.P.
things.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Mel.
Have you guys discussed Uhura? I can't say her name. Uhura.
No, but I wanted to because I posted about this on Facebook.
She
in
died.
in an emotional, vulnerable moment.
Yeah, I read that.
And
You posted about
sometimes I did.
He did.
When?
Okay, listen,
Everything's always goes back to his mom.
Oh,
it does. So watch your tongue, boy.
Here we go.
Don't talk about my mama.
There we go.
No, sometimes I may have had some emotional juice going through me,
Juice.
and I saw that Uhura passed away, and I realized Uhura was gone, Bones is gone, Spock was gone. The
Asian dude?
No,
No.
He's still alive.
he's still alive.
Oh.
Walter Koenig's alive. Shatner's alive.
Scotty's dead.
Scotty's also passed away.
yeah.
Anyway, so I was like, this was a show that was like near and dear to me because we watched it together, and all these people are dying. So then, like, in my mind, I was like, this show will be no more, even though it's on TV. Anyway, I was relating all these things to Mom in my past and my growing up, and it's like my youth is dying away. And it's already gone because I'm 45 years old. And I just sat there and thought about it until I started crying, pretty much is what happened.
I don't feel like your youth has to be gone.
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not.
It is.
But, like, no.
It
Like,
is,
much
but it's
is.
not.
I mean, if you just sit around in your recliner and drink whiskey and watch TV, sure.
That's just what he does.
Hey,
She does
what's
that.
wrong with that?
I think you're happy with that.
He's a youthful
That's
bald.
the only thing that brings me happiness.
There you go.
Just kidding. I love my family and friends.
Just nice save, Gubs.
But no, because Star Trek was very much like, I think Star Trek, the original series, I think Mom. So these people dying is like pieces of Mom dying.
Oh, God.
But seriously, I got emotional and I cried. And then I decided to post it on Facebook like an idiot.
Well, I mean, you don't normally do those kind of things, so it kind of did surprise
It
me.
did surprise you because I don't like to show my emotions, even though I do on this podcast nonstop, because Jerry evokes them, usually anger.
What? Is that chemistry?
But I was upset.
I don't know
I was
what that
upset
is. That's like
I was
toxicness.
I was sad that Uhura passed away, yes. Nichelle Nichols, I'm sorry. I mean, she was an actual person, Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah.
But anyway, besides that, what have I been up to? What are we doing here?
You brought her up.
Yeah, you brought it up.
I don't know. I'm just saying things.
Well, what did
Because,
I
I mean,
just say it,
I'm
Greg?
just saying words because I thought about it. And
Well, that reminds me. Not you. There's a radio show out of Austin, and now it's called Jason and Friends, but it was Jason and Deb. They have replaced Deb because she got fired for political views or something, and they brought on this 23-year-old girl. She knows nothing. She knows nothing about radio. She doesn't have strong opinions on stuff. and history, you know.
So she's basically you.
She's 23. Like the kids of today, they don't have any knowledge of anything that happened beyond the year 2000.
Right.
The main guy, Jason, was out. He was sick. So it was her and then like the producer. And the poor producer sat there and would like talk. And you know, you got to have like some banter going in radio. He would say stuff and she would just not respond. It was rough to listen to.
So are you saying I'm like that?
No, I saw you. Well, there was a moment of silence when Jerry said you brought your hair up and you just kind of looked at him. And that did flash it to my brain.
Oh, wow.
Because you do got to just cover that silence.
Why you calling her
I thought I totally covered it. I said I just thought of it because like it's part.
You totally
It's part of that wasn't silence.
I just said words.
It was part of
I
news.
just said words.
Shut up! It was part of news, and I thought, oh, that's
Try not
something.
to clip my mic.
That's something that happened. I should
It
bring
is.
that
That did
up.
happen.
I like that. That's what Gaby does. He
What
says,
else is going on in
That's
the
something
news?"
that's happened. I'll say that. And maybe Jerry will say something that then I can say
No.
something.
Well, honestly, like I'm not like a talker. Like I'm on a podcast.
You are most certainly a talker.
I'm a talker
when
with
it's
my family and
just
friends,
the
but
two
like
of us.
generally, I don't talk at work, at school. I was.
So you don't do
quiet.
small talk.
No, I don't like. I'm really bad at it.
Hey, how's the weather today, guys?
Actually, like I'm so bad at it, it's cringe and awkward, and
So you'd rather talk about deep things.
I can do that.
Okay, well, let's talk about. You've been reading here lately, haven't you?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay.
What have you been
Hey,
reading?
Post Malone.
Congratulations.
What have you been reading?
Okay, so I recently finished this book called The
Prepare for
Inheritance
Jerry
Games.
to snare at
I don't
you.
care. I'm used to Jerry's trash talk. Jennifer Lynn Barnes is the author, and me, Gaby, and Deej, basically, we were going to do this whole book thing where we all read the same book.
Oh.
And it's a YA.
Like in a club?
Yeah, we wanted to do something like that. So it's basically a young adult fiction book, YA, aka YA, you know?
Everybody knows.
So I'm just saying that because some people don't know that. It's not like the best book I've actually, no, it's not a
Please.
great book. But because I've read better YA books, for example, The Hunger Games, excellent book. This
The
book,
Fifth Wave.
This book, Fifth Wave, yes. This book
Challenger
basically, that's right, is basically like Knives Out in a book. Have you seen the movie Knives
Except
Out?
terribly written.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Knives Out,
And
Jerry?
written for 12-year-old girls.
With Chris Evans.
So I'm flipping through the book now.
Okay, so here's the thing.
It's
I hate
murder,
this book
mystery.
because this girl, she inherits this billions of dollars from this guy that, like, from all intents, from everything we know, he doesn't even know her.
Billionaire Tobias Hawthorne.
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, she inherits this money. She's like
So-
this poor girl, don't got nothing.
So he
you know,
gives all his money to her.
lives
He
in her
has these
car.
grandsons that are all, according to the book, the most attractive men ever.
Nice.
And so
It's really-
everything she does is like, I try not to look at him or else I don't know if I'll be able to.
If the
do
author
this.
is trying to
I'm-
make it like
if they touch her, she just trembles at his.
she's like his
she
gray
just-
eyes or something.
It is super.
It's cringe.
Oh my god, it is cringe, cliche.
And now,
And it's like be
Wait,
a strong,
are you gonna
be
make-
a strong woman.
and now a dramatic reading.
Here we go. Let's
From the
do it.
inheritance game. I'll take that under consideration, Libby said solemnly.
Libby's her sister.
You'd be miserable if it wasn't long enough for a ponytail, she told me.
Talking about her hair.
Ponytail? That got me a censoring look from the linebacker. Do you hate your hair and want it to suffer? I don't hate it, I shrugged. I just don't care. That is also a lie. The woman reappeared from behind the clothing rack. She had a half dozen hangers worth of clothes in her hands, and as I watched, she hung them up face out on the closest rack. The result was 3 different outfits. Classic. She nodded to an ice blue
Okay,
skirt.
we need to stop this. This is terrible. So
Wait,
what
wait,
you
let
need
me-
to find, I
God,
wish you could
that
find.
barely made it. We barely-
I wish you could find a section where she's around the main guy, Jameson, where she just quivers at his every glance and touch. It's awful. It's god awful.
Let me say-
so we don't know. This whole book is about why did this old man give her this money? Sade, I'm sorry, I'm yelling. at
Let
you.
me interrupt
Sorry,
you for a
this book-
second.
okay,
I know
go ahead.
you.
Okay,
you
I'm
I've
sorry.
already
I'm
finished the
sorry.
book.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
calm down.
This book
I
is
just would like to
triggering me.
say, if this writer, I feel like she repeats herself and how the main character Avery feels like she's constantly
Nonstop.
trying to get us readers to like feel her out. Like we know.
Well, it's that first person.
We know
so it's
how
like,
she feels. Stop repeating
Yes.
it. Also, if she's
she
trying
quivers at
if
Jameson's
she's trying to
touch
make a
or
love
glance.
story at all, period.
He pulled back from the kiss, his lips only an inch away from mine. I always knew you were special. I felt his breath on my face. I felt every last one of those words. I never thought of myself as special.
Sorry.
I've been invisible for so long. Wallpaper. Even after I'd become the biggest story in the world, it had never really felt like anyone was paying attention to me.
And she was the biggest story in the world because she was this nobody that inherited $87 billion.
The real me. We're so close now, Jameson murmured. I can feel it. There was an energy in
right
his
here,
voice.
she's upset because he was kissing her, but really all he wanted to talk about was the clues to this mystery of why his grandpa gave this rando girl all the money. So, here's the thing. The setup, the story, it's interesting. Why did this old man give this 17-year-old girl that he has no affiliation with from outward appearances? We don't know because I haven't read the book or the second book because Sade says the question is not answered in the first book, which makes me furious.
He went to kiss me again.
Call me Furious George.
My heart sinking. I turned my head to the side.
See, she didn't want to kiss him.
cringe. It's
She didn't want to
cringe.
kiss him because she thought they had something, but he was just excited to talk about the riddles and the mystery.
He's basically using her to find
Using
out
her to find
the
out
clues.
the clues to why his grandpa gave her the money.
But the thing about it is, it's like this part of the book.
This book is called
so
The Inheritance Game
unnecessary.
by
Like
Jennifer L.
she-
Barnes.
She did not have to put any of this in the narrative in the book
it's
at
awful.
all.
It's
because for one,
absolutely
it's
awful.
not greatly written. That whole love triangle thing is really weird.
Okay.
It's very cringe.
Can I make an observation about YA books in general? So, for
They're all the
instance,
same?
yes, every single one of them.
Well, wait. I think in the beginning they started out very great. Then there people started writing them like
Well, they
over
did
time.
like start copying.
They start
each other.
copying and so then it became basic. Kind of.
It's basically like any other type of entertainment or art form that becomes
Successful.
generic entertainment.
Well,
like
I've
television
read some really
shows
good ways though.
Well, no, I'm
Yeah.
sure there have been, and there will
Yeah.
always be those outliers. But for the most part, it's just these same group of people or different groups of people writing basic, formulaic storylines over and over and over and over, and that's what you get. So this YA, which Gaby loves reading YA books, which I hate to let him know, you are not Y or A anymore. So
I'm an adult.
you need to stop.
Well, that's how me and Gaby became friends. Whenever we were at some friend's house,
Yeah.
I carried books all the time. I had like Red Queen.
Both of y'all get
The Red Queen.
And then
series
Gaby's
is
like, "What kind of book
good.
do you got?" And I said, "Red Queen." He's
Okay,
like,
so-
"Oh, I've read that." And we're like, "That's how we bonded."
Red Queen was.
We
So
bonded
here's
over
the
books.
thing. There's always my first entry was the Hunger Games. I know Jane Eyre is considered a like.
I love
whatever.
Jane Eyre. That's a good one.
There's a female protagonist.
I can feel it
There's inevitably
in the air tonight. Go ahead.
there's inevitably a love triangle.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Something weird.
You're just so dumb. Wait,
Do you like Phil Collins?
I do.
I do too.
Really do.
I was a fan of Genesis. Anyway, I had an email, or we've had an email for quite some time that helped us on a discussion of, is from Daniel Holding, once again, Die Spire. He said, you mentioned someone emailed in from, and he says, he spells it out phonetically for me. Thank you. Aotearoa.
Aotearoa.
He says, so I thought I'd clarify what it is. Aotearoa is the native, and he phonetically says Maori. I always thought it was Maori.
Maury? Povich?
Maori. Maori. Povich.
You are not the New Zealander.
Or close enough to that. Maori, name for New Zealand, which is, I believe, the indigenous people of New Zealand.
That's a moray.
He says, so Aotearoa is the native Maori, or close enough to that, name for New Zealand. It directly translates into the land of the long white cloud. That saying hi and counting to 99 is about the extent of my, see, then he goes, Te Reo Maori, but it is the native language of our people and nation, and so a lot of people are proud to use it as often as possible. Thanks for great episodes as always. Dan, the board game man holding Die Spire, New Zealand. Here's the only thing not the only thing. Apparently when they play rugby, there's like this Maori team.
Yeah.
And they do that dance.
The hookah, the haka.
Whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
And it's like super cool and intimidating.
They yell at people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like, I believe The Rock did it in one of his movies with like the kids playing soccer.
Please don't bring up The Rock.
Wait, so how does this relate to the book? I'm sorry, like
I don't know.
No, I took a hard merge.
I actually this entire time
I took a hard merge.
I was like, how does this relate?
Into more of our listeners and emails.
Oh, okay.
I was done with that book.
All
Were
right.
you reading another book?
So DJ recommended Legends, Star Wars, Darth Bane, Path of Destruction.
That's a good book.
And so I bought it at Barnes & Noble
Part 1 of the Darth Bane trilogy.
2 months ago. And I just started it today. And I'll have to say, I like it. It's pretty
very
good.
nice.
It's intense in the scene of when he's having this fight with one of the dudes. So don't even ask me questions right now because I can't pronounce half their names in Star Wars books. Like,
I don't remember it. All I remember
anyways,
is Darth Bane is like more of a sympathetic character as a Sith than half of the last several years of Star Wars stuff.
I just felt like this writer is really great because I felt like I was like watching a movie as I'm reading. Like I could picture and visualize everything. I love that.
I remember reading this book and I was like, I love Darth Bane. I mean, he's a bad guy, but there's a reason he's a bad guy because of all these circumstances. And like, he's a very sympathetic character.
So far, his life sucks. His dad sucks.
Darth Bane was in the cartoon series.
I've never actually seen any of the.
What are those called?
You talking about the Clone Wars?
Clone Wars.
So,
or maybe Rebels.
Or
he was
Rebels.
in something that made him canon finally.
Nick
Cannon.
Oh my god.
Does he have a kid with him? That wouldn't surprise me.
Sean Franco wrote in with his top 10 list.
Because Nick Cannon.
Sean Franco, this was written July 8th.
What an idiot.
Says, Dear sirs, you asked for emails, which we do. I have complied. I was thinking about your top 10 list from a few months ago and compiled a list of my own. These games kick donkey. This is a family show, not a gateway show, a family show.
What does he say is good?
Number 10, Dominant Species.
I have that. I haven't played it. Been looking forward to it.
We've had it for years, never played it.
Is like board games like books for y'all? Like you buy board games and you never play them, but you play them at some point. But
Lots
you have
of people
full of board.
Lots of
games.
people have dozens, if not hundreds, of games they've never played.
It's just like it's kind of like a
I
hoardish
have a
thing.
whole shelf thing here, and I have maybe 2 or 3 games at this point that I have.
We have no shelf of shame.
It's okay to have shelf of shame.
Number 9, Go.
What?
I'm not telling you.
Go.
The game Go.
Oh.
Never played it.
Oh, Go.
Yeah,
Is
I've
that the
played it.
old Chinese game? Or is that like from like the 30s?
It's
Sorry.
like from the 3000 BCs.
Oh, well, that's what I meant.
Something like that. It's super old.
I know it's like an old
1930 BC.
I said 30s. I could have been saying 30 BC.
You never
Could
know.
have. But it precedes that, I believe. Nobody knows, technically.
I've heard of
Everybody
Go.
would like to know. It's like chess, Go, maybe one other one I can't think of.
I remember reading about Go somewhere, and I remember thinking I was going to buy it just because.
I've never even seen it.
Me either. I don't even
Buy it.
Available for purchase.
Yeah.
What is it? What do you do?
I don't know.
You're trying to block off your opponent by playing those little stones, your different color stones.
Do you
Isn't
flip
it
them
kind- is
over
it
like
kind-
Othello?
No. It's just one's black, one's white. You're laying them
yes,
down.
yes. I've seen the game.
So you're just trying to
Yeah.
encircle each other.
Yeah. It's like competing snakes.
Cool.
Number 8, Magic Realm. Never heard of it.
So you guys are doing your top 10 games, or he's just
No,
doing?
he's telling us his. Sean
top
Franco's
10.
giving us his top 10.
Oh, okay.
Stay with us.
Number 7, Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation. Never heard of it.
The confrontation. Isn't that on Amazon Prime?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's fixing to be. Number 6, Space Hulk, 3rd edition.
I hear a lot of good things about Space Hulk.
That's like a solo game, right?
Well, it can be. Can be.
3rd edition, so I'm guessing the first 2 aren't as good.
Well, no, it's just the most recent.
It's just the most recent. Number 5, Gag Me with a Spoon, Cosmic Encounter.
I find it interesting that all of a sudden you decide to hate.
I have not all of a sudden.
Yes.
I've hated Cosmic Encounter.
No, that's not this case.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
if you
are
listen to
wrong.
your own podcast,
I do listen to.
just like Targi,
You
which
just-
you hated this game
No,
we just played.
I
Then we go
did
back and
not.
listen, you know what? I liked it better than I thought I would.
I like
We'll get
it
to that
better
later.
than I thought I
We'll get to
would.
this
Is
later.
not that I like it.
We'll get to this later.
Does that mean I like it?
Number 4,
How dare
Dungeon
you.
Twister. Never heard of it. So, like, you're just going down in a dungeon and playing Twister? What is this?
I think it's.
Have you ever played Twister?
Speaking of Twister, I almost bought it, and I like to see you guys play it together.
brutal form?
I feel like Twister is just like a
how am I
game
going
for...
to get around him?
I just want to see it happen.
How dare you?
Hey, that's offensive.
what? I'm
I
asking.
felt Twister was...
Body shamer.
I'm
Try
not body
not to
shaming.
yell into the
Sorry.
microphone, and if you do, pull back.
Voice shamer.
Number
Yes, what Jerry said.
Number 4, Dungeon Twister. Like, so and I always envision. I don't know what Dungeon Twister is. I don't know if it's like a archaic form of Twister.
Sounds
or
like a violent form of Twister.
You dress up.
Bunch of orcs.
You play Twister.
You're LARPing while you do
LARPing.
Twister.
That's the term I was looking for. So
What's
Twister, like
LARPing?
live action role play.
Oh.
I didn't know that's what that meant. I just thought it was a term. I
That's-
didn't know it was an acronym.
What term? Like
Yeah,
what?
so
like
it's like-
what?
Well,
It's
you
like
know,
T-
like they just say LARPing.
TTRPG.
Kind of like how you dab.
I thought LARPing was
Dab.
kinda
Dab,
like
what's
a-
dab mean?
So instead of tabletop role playing, you're actually out there dressed up role playing.
I know what LARPing is, but I didn't know it stood for
So
something.
it's like live action role
I
playing.
didn't know that.
Wow.
Look at you.
Live action rolling.
I didn't know that. Who would have thought?
So
Boy, you're a nerd.
I always saw Twister, and I just thought that was a way for like get together with their girlfriends and like kind of like be able to touch them.
Wait, what?
That's
you're
weird, Gaby.
That's weird.
Why are you making this sound?
I've never thought this.
Why are you so perverted?
Twister was.
I thought it was a family
It
game.
is. It's an entry level game, isn't it?
You're literally like bending
Enrique.
over.
I never thought weird.
Twister's a
Gaby,
weird
no,
game.
No.
It is a weird
No,
game.
it's not.
And I think they try to make it sensual.
No, they
I don't- I
don't.
just-
And I
disagree.
will refuse to play unless it's my wife.
That is bullcrap.
I will never play Twister with none other than my wife.
You couldn't play Twister if your life depended on
touch
it.
Touch your toes? I don't think so. Number 3, Power Grid. Okay.
Okay.
It's like the first game I've ever actually played on this
Power
list.
grid.
Number 2, Rune Wars.
Rune Wars.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
I
I
think
have.
I've heard of it, but I don't. Number 1, Tigris and Euphrates. We
I
have
played that.
this.
I
game.
like
You have
Tigris
not
and
played
Euphrates.
Tigris and
I thought I
Euphrates.
had played
You have
No.
not.
Wait, you sure?
No, you have not.
You
played
just-
it.
Wait. I'm looking.
You have not played this game.
Wait.
I played it once with Jerry, and it was
You don't know.
very difficult, and I didn't care
What
for
are you
it,
trying
but
to
I want
say?
to try it again.
Oh.
So
He
thank you,
insults
Sean
you.
Franco.
He did.
Sorry, we got
Totally.
to your, email a month late, but
And you're shaming
We
him
only
because
record
he
once a
enjoys
month.
Twister. Man, that was really harsh. Why are you hating on our guests?
Dungeon Twister.
Dungeon Twister.
I don't know what that is.
Dungeon Twister. I shall Google this game. Jerry,
Do you want me to fill in the
what have
awkward
shut
silence?
up, Jerry? I was talking. What have you been reading?
Chemistry.
See, you guys y'all suck.
Chemistry.
Well, Jerry is good at talking, even though sometimes you're talking and
Please
you don't.
don't,
And no,
please do
no,
not
he talks
compliment Jerry.
nonsense.
Any
No,
compliment
you're not
to
listening.
Jerry
You're not listening.
Goes to his head
No.
and increases 100-fold.
No, Jerry will talk and it can be all trash, but he's talking.
It's
Like
right.
I can't do that. I'll start saying really weird stuff,
I
like
know.
really weird
Yeah, like-
crap. Like you're gonna cut me out, that
For
kind of
example.
thing.
Stuff like Twisters, like get together and like.
Maybe you should get cut out.
I'm saying, look, yeah, that's just.
Twisters are weird.
No,
game.
it's not.
Oh, Gobs.
It
We
is.
play that all the time as kids.
Why are you anti-Twister?
Do you?
Do you
have-
not like
did
Bill
some-
Paxton?
The extreme.
Did something happen in your childhood?
No, I was never allowed to play it. It was considered too sensual.
Are you kidding me?
No, I am not
You-
kidding.
Your parents thought that?
You weren't trying to
Don't you
play
talk about my
Twister. Y'all.
That is so weird.
I'll let him play a Scrabble.
Actually, the only game I ever had as a child was checkers and Risk.
Do you have Monopoly?
Nope.
Did you not have chess? Because generally chess comes with
Nope.
checkers.
Did not have
We had
chess.
chess.
I didn't learn chess
I mean,
until I was
checkers.
older, like in my teens.
Play a lot of card games.
And then I never learned like any strategy. I just moved the pieces according to what they were allowed to do. and I lost
Didn't
frequently.
understand the French defense.
No. How dare you?
Well, that's neither here nor there. I would say that your complete lack of social awareness about Twister is shocking, and why you would come out against Twister.
Gaby, you are the first person I ever heard that say. I have never heard that.
What other mainstream games do you find inappropriate? Do you remember that game that came out a few years ago where they put that thing in their mouth?
Yes, I have. Your contact photo on my phone is that
weird,
of you.
yeah.
And they would have to shake when it was open. You'd
Yeah,
force
like
your mouth
saliva
open.
gets everywhere.
The saliva
Gross, it's
spitting.
disgusting.
Do you remember that?
I remember it.
And nobody ever washed those mouthpieces,
No.
and that's how everyone got mono.
That's how everybody got.
What was the name?
The
How was the
monkeypox.
name of the game? Speak out, speak up,
Something like that.
speak easy.
We played it once and it was
out.
gross because you literally would be drooling. It was disgusting.
I don't remember
It
myself
was
drooling
funny.
that much.
It was
but-
funny because you're like trying to hey. And so you're like, are you saying I want to?
I played that once with Enrique, and strangely enough, when he puts that mouthpiece in, he sounds better. He's actually audible.
He's very eloquent
Dang, Enrique.
and loquacious.
Hope you're not listening.
He's actually clear.
Enrique will never listen. He has not ever listened to a single episode. He doesn't
Maybe
even know what
he's fooling
podcasts.
y'all.
He
Enrique-
doesn't
I bet
he
even know what
does.
podcasts are.
Enrique confided in me that he doesn't think that the podcast is actually real, that we're just sitting in here talking. He doesn't realize that it actually goes out on the internet.
No.
So he doesn't
These
know.
cords aren't hooked
These
up to
cords
He didn't
aren't hooked
say
up
that,
to him, so
Enrique.
we don't know. He's never listened to a podcast, not one.
I like when Enrique's on the podcast.
Me too.
We do too.
If you know what
'cause
I'm saying.
He has chemistry.
No.
You're just filling in temporarily for him,
Uh,
which we would appreciate it more so if
You're just as eloquent as him, though. I'll give you that.
Wow. Okay.
That's
Well,
that's a compliment.
the thing about it
Enrique's
is-
good. The folks love Enrique.
I know. I noticed. I read y'all's post on.
we need to
Facebook.
build your brand, Sade.
I think I want to start a whole book podcast because.
Oh, you are?
Well, with obviously you.
Okay.
Well, first off, I wouldn't suggest Gaby because number one, he's already had several failed podcasts. Not only just the one that y'all have,
Not as many as Dan Hughes.
but
Okay.
also the weight loss podcast.
Hey, that was Dan's, not mine.
You were it was yours.
I was brought on board.
No.
Okay,
was not
listen.
that
Y'all's
was
podcast is
y'all's.
successful because you actually podcast every week.
Exactly, because we have
Some of us
Well,
do.
Jerry sometimes
Chemistry.
doesn't. Chemistry.
chemistry.
Are we going to talk about a game? We're 28 minutes in.
I'd like to talk about Underwater Cities. We played it
Do
again.
it. Do it.
Underwater Cities is better than Terraforming Mars.
Rewind. That's what.
I'm pretty sure I played this game.
You have.
No, you have not.
I feel like I have.
Nah, well, if that's how you
Am
feel.
I having a false memory? Because
You
I
are.
could have swore. I
Have you
played
been
this.
to hypnosis lately? Have you been hypnotized into thinking? you've
Vladimir
Underwater Cities?
Suchi's
Wait, let me look at the
You
back.
have not played it, Sade.
Wait, I may have played it.
a 1 to 4 game, 1 to 4 player game.
Okay, never mind. This game's heavy.
It's very heavy. By Rio Grande Games. It
Oh
is
wait,
a-
no, I seen a movie called Underwater City.
I know.
No, you watched a movie called Underwater, starring
Christian Stewart.
Kristen Stewart.
What?
Yes, the Twilight girl. I couldn't remember her name. I'm glad
Kristen
you said
Stewart.
Another YA actor. A YA.
But she's moved up from. I
What is she? She's a y'all.
think she's a
What is
she's
she
just-
now?
a better actress.
Oh, she's a better actress.
she's a great.
She's an
actress.
AA. Either way, Underwater Cities is heads and shoulders above Terraforming Mars, which is the game that it is often compared with.
Yes.
I have come to the conclusion after playing probably 100 games of Terraforming Mars that I think that it is broken. It is not good. And
And we have
certainly
said
not
this
as
from the
good
beginning.
as Underwater Cities. And if you have not played Underwater Cities,
Which we have not played since July of 2020.
yes, I'm glad we got it back in and got to play it again. And I firmly establish
Established.
that it is better than Terraforming Mars, and all who say otherwise are wrong.
I think Terraforming Mars is just popular now because the folks love to bling it up.
Is this the game that's like 4 hours long?
Yes, Terraforming Mars.
Right.
We played a 3-player game and it was hours long, and it's just
My butt gets so numb.
It's
Butt numbness.
Yeah.
Underwater Cities. It's so superior, I can't even describe it. It's got those era cards, era 1, 2, and 3, that are increasing in value and power as the game goes on.
Error or error?
Era.
Era. Get it? That's, what's his name? Al Pacino. Oorah! I've been watching Sin of a Woman. It's a great show. Where he's blind.
Never
Wait,
seen
wait,
it.
wait. What?
Sin of a Woman?
Oh.
You've never watched that?
no.
Oorah!
Hey, by the way,
Chris-
Gaby showed me Baywatch from like the 80s.
Oh, it was on Roku.
oh my God.
Oorah!
Oh my God.
Baywatch is amazing
Super
in how
cringe.
terrible
It
it
is
was.
awesome
Super
in its
cheesy.
cheesiness. Me and my
But
wife.
I do
yeah.
like their swimsuits. They look cool.
You would have been appalled at the CPR they performed.
They don't do
yesterday.
good CPR.
It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, it was not that fast. It was 1, 2, 3, and isn't the CPR supposed to be faster?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
they weren't even doing 30.
Push fast,
They weren't
push
even doing
hard.
30
Yeah.
compressions.
They were doing 5. They did 5 compressions and then a breath into the mouth.
You
Quick
know-
breath.
Yeah. Some people stand in the darkness, afraid to step into the light. Some people need to help somebody. That's the theme song.
Oh my God.
Do you not get it? No?
No.
I
I've only watched it like
didn't
once,
listen to the
like
words.
yesterday.
I watched 3 episodes last night.
And I was dying laughing because they were just so cheesy.
The guy that played Brody,
Oh, man.
he is still highly
I
attractive.
find him highly attractive.
very attractive.
Yeah.
They all have done
Hoff
pretty
ain't
good.
bad
Highly
either.
attractive.
They've all done pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shame anybody. They're all done pretty good.
Who's gotten?
I'm not going to say.
There's no, but who? Who?
I'm just saying some people age better than others.
Oh,
like
And
it.
I have aged terribly.
I like this positive energy you got going.
Underwater Cities is a fantastic game that should be played by all. And it's also a fairly good solo, very difficult. Several years ago, we played this game, loved it, said it was better than Terraforming Mars. It's still better. We haven't played in a couple years. I've been soloing it a couple times. This game is very, very good. Underwater Cities, get it, throw Terraforming Mars in the trash.
You have it still.
I know.
I'm looking at it right now.
Sade, don't. You're not supposed to
You're a
rat me out.
hypocrite.
I am a hypocrite. I'm a huge hypocrite. Why would you say that to them?
Because I turned my head
Why
slightly to the
don't look to the shelf. It's right there.
I slightly looked to the left.
and I
saw
also
that.
have Ares Expedition.
How hypocritical. Don't listen to this podcast. They don't follow what they say.
Hey, don't throw it in the trash. Terraforming Mars
Donate
is
it.
Is no. Let's see.
Donate it to a person who is board gameless
I'm trying to think
and doesn't
of a
have board
solo.
games in their life. Gaby, give it to me.
I really like.
I'll put it on my
supposed to
bookshelf.
give it to you.
I like the artsiness of how it looks on a bookshelf.
Which one?
All board games. They look cool.
That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Gaby.
I'm sure, Dave.
This is Jerry.
Bye.
Later, dudes.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.